Y'all, all right, let's do a poll. Would y'all like to see a boxing match? I don't know why. A boxing match with me and Ken just for fun. Red, yes. Blue, no. Love that pop culture video where it was like, come fight me, Ken. That was hilarious. Who should I be mean to more? Ken red, Christy blue. Let's do Ken and Christy. So those are the ones I can't stand. Who should I do a video about and be mean? If I'm going to do a mean one. He thinks like, Gypsy's pregnant, right? Why doesn't the dude have a job? Does the dude have a job yet? Like, Ken, you got a job yet? Get a job, bruh. You think you about to be a daddy, but you ain't got no damn job? What a joke. You just gonna live off Gypsy forever? I did deserve better, and Gypsy knows that. Gypsy has told me that. Gypsy has told me that she wished she'd have done better in our marriage.
Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we are diving into a story that's gotten a lot of attention lately. One that's filled with drama, shade, and some truth-telling. We're talking about Ryan Anderson's continuous jabs at Ken Urker and Gypsy Rose Blanchard, especially focusing on how Ryan has called Ken out as being nothing more than just Gypsy's puppet. Now, if you think this is just another petty online feud, think again. There is a lot more going on beneath the surface. Let's break it all down, starting with a moment that stirred up plenty of controversy, the LSU Tiger Games. So, here's the setup. Ryan, Ken, and Gypsy all attend an LSU Tiger Games recently. Now, they didn't cross paths, but you wouldn't think that from how Ryan spoke about the whole thing. Ryan's been a long-time Tigers fan, and he didn't hold back in making sure everyone knew he's the real deal. Unlike Ken, in one of his TikTok lives, Ryan proudly proclaimed, "I'm a real Tigers fan. Don't know about that other guy, but legit, go Tigers."
I'm a real Tigers fan. Don't know about that other guy, but legit, go Tigers. Look at all the people. Tiger Stadium. Gotta love it. Go Tigers. Look at that. Look at that. 100,000 people plus tonight. Weather's great. It's gonna be a great night. The band just come through. I love this. I love this stuff.
Now, if that wasn't a direct shot at Ken, I don't know what is. Ryan didn't stop there. He suggested that Gypsy and Ken only went to the games after they saw his video, implying that they were trying to keep up with him. It's like he's saying they couldn't even make a move without watching what he was doing first. He even challenged his viewers to think about it, saying, "How many of you will like but believe that Gypsy had her tickets before my video that day?" Clearly, it was because of that marriage license comment. Ryan claims paints a picture of Ken as someone who just follows along, doing what Gypsy wants without any original thought of his own.
Go. This was the LSU game. Do y'all think she bought them after seeing my TikTok video? Blue. If you really think she bought them before, red. All right, clearly it was blue. Clearly. I mean, come on. Clearly. I'm sure it was because of that marriage license comment that I said, which wasn't even an attack at Gypsy. It really wasn't. It was an attack at her parents because they said it in the show. It wasn't even a stab at Gypsy, so shouldn't say that.
Now, let's talk about how Ryan continued to poke at Ken's authenticity as a fan. While he was at the game, Ryan made sure to document the experience, showing off the huge crowd, the excitement, and of course, his genuine love for the team. He went on to say, "Look at that, 100,000 people plus tonight. Weather's great. It's gonna be a great night." But it wasn't just about the game for him. It was about making sure that everyone, including Ken and Gypsy, knew he was the real fan in the stands. And Ryan didn't stop at just praising himself as the ultimate Tigers supporter. He used every opportunity to emphasize that Ken was just a bandwagon fan, someone who wasn't really there for the love of the game, but because Gypsy dragged him along.
I'm a real Tigers fan. Don't know about that other guy, but legit, go Tigers. Hey guys, sitting here in Baton Rouge, about to go watch my Tigers whoop some Ole Miss Rebels. Let's show the people. I'm having a lot of fun with my nephew and all these people. Gonna have some fun tonight, guys. Go Tigers.
Let's rewind a bit to talk about how Ken and Gypsy ended up at the game together. They were there sporting their LSU jerseys, but According to Ryan, it wasn't exactly out of a deep-seated passion for the team. Ryan implies that Ken's just going along for the ride, being wherever Gypsy wants him to be with no real investment in it. And let's be real, it seems like Gypsy is calling all the shots in their relationship. Ryan made it clear that he sees Ken as someone who's just playing along with Gypsy's plans. He even pointed out that Gypsy might have pressured him into attending the game, saying things like, "How many of you all like but believe that Gypsy had her tickets before my video that day?" It's a subtle but sharp observation, suggesting that Ken is more of a follower than a partner in this relationship.
How many of y'all, believe that Gypsy had her tickets before my video that day? If you believe she had her tickets before she saw my video, hit yes. If you believe she bought them after my video, my marriage license video, blue. Go. I love all the Gypsy advocates. You can tell who's Gypsy advocates. Yeah, blue. Blue's winning out.
What stands out in Ryan's narrative is how he consistently paints Ken as a puppet, someone who doesn't have a voice of his own. Ryan's made comments like, he thinks Gypsy's pregnant, right? Why didn't a dude have a job? Get a job, bro. What a joke. You're just going to live off Gypsy forever? He's not just taking shots at Ken's role in the relationship. He's criticizing this entire lifestyle. Ryan's frustration seems to come from a place of disbelief. How can Ken expect to build a life with Gypsy, especially with a baby on the way, without having a job or any real direction?
Ken, you got a job yet? You held a job and you lost it? And you quit or something? What's the deal? And yeah, I said it. I'm sorry. I got mad. But dude's a punk. Get a job.
To Ryan, it's just another piece of evidence that Ken is dependent on Gypsy for everything, from financial support to making decisions, and it's this independence that makes Ryan see him as little more than a tag-along. Someone who's there because Gypsy wants him there, not because he's standing on his own 2 feet. Now, what about Ken's side of things? Honestly, there isn't much to go on. While Ryan is out on TikTok airing every thought and criticism, Ken tends to stay pretty quiet. We've seen him on a few live sessions with Gypsy, but he rarely speaks up or counters any of the things Ryan says. It's almost like he's just along for the ride, as Ryan keeps suggesting. The contrast is striking. Ryan has no problem calling out Ken for his perceived lack of independence, while Ken seems content to let Gypsy take the lead. In one of his more direct comments, Ryan said, get a job. This blunt criticism highlights how Ryan sees the relationship dynamic. One person leading, the other just following along.
You just gonna live off Gypsy forever? And yeah, I said it. I'm sorry. I got mad. But dude's a punk. Get a job. Probably still asking Gypsy to pay your rent, huh? Yeah.
We can't talk about this without diving into Gypsy's role. Ryan's comments just don't focus on Ken. They're also aimed at how Gypsy has handled things since their split. He makes it clear that he feels betrayed by how quickly Gypsy moved on with Ken. In one of his lives, he hints at how he wishes things had been different, saying, "I wish I was greeted like this every day by a certain female." It's a telling moment that shows his lingering resentment toward Gypsy and the way she shifted her affections.
I just want to show y'all what happens to me every day when I come home, and Pixie gets so excited to see me. So I wish I was greeted like this every day by a certain female, actually. Any female. Hi! Let me put my stuff down, Pix. Yeah.
And then there is the whole situation with Gypsy's pregnancy. She claims the baby is Ken's, but Ryan hasn't held back from questioning the timing of it all. While he hasn't outright denied it, his skepticism is evident, especially when he talks about how quickly Gypsy moved on from him to Ken. It's almost like he says, was this really love or just convenience?
That's one of the hard things, guys, is that the fact that when we split, that was it. It was like Ken came in and it was done. That was a bit hard. That's my wife. So That was probably the hardest part.
Ryan's shade throwing doesn't just stay online. It resonates with people who are following this drama. When he posts videos from the game showing himself surrounded by cheering fans, he's subtly reminding everyone that he's still there, still part of the narrative. He knows how to stir the pot, but his comments always seem to have a bit of bite. Like when he laughed at the idea of the boxing match with Ken saying, "Would you all like to see a boxing match?" Like, I love that pop culture video where it was like, "Come fight me, Ken." That was hilarious, guys. He's using humor, but underneath it, you can hear the challenge.
I love that pop culture video where it was like, "Come fight me, Ken." That was hilarious. Guys, I laugh at this stuff. Like, it's funny when people like life's too short not to laugh about things, right? Life's too short. So like a boxing match, it'd be hilarious to me.
And it's not just about the jokes. Ryan genuinely seems to believe that he's the only one speaking the truth. He sees Ken as being manipulated, just like he might have felt when he was with Gypsy. But positioning himself as the outspoken one, Ryan is not only criticizing Ken and Gypsy, but also painting himself as a person who is willing to say what others might be thinking. What's next for Ryan, Ken and Gypsy? So, where does this leave us? Well, Ryan's not backing down. He's made it clear that he's going to keep speaking his mind, no matter how much it might ruffle feathers. Ken, on the other hand, remains mostly quiet, leaving a lot of Ryan's claims unchallenged. And Gypsy, she's right in the middle, with Ryan's words hanging over her relationship like a shadow.
She don't love me? Yes, she does. Yes, she does. Love you guys, but yes, she does. I hope, Ken, you hear that. Yes, she does. Deal with it. Alright, I'm being mean. I better stop.
It's easy to see why Ryan's words resonate with so many people. He's not afraid to say what he thinks, even if it's harsh or controversial. And his insistence that Ken is just following Gypsy's lead might not be entirely off the mark, as he puts it. But what do you think? Is Ryan calling out the truth? Or is he just stirring up drama for attention? Let me know your thoughts down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the latest drama.